Good evening. Welcome back for those coming back and all on replays. Hey, we hope you stay. Tonight, we got some Final Fantasy XIV kicking off. We got the new stuff from the post-game, patch 7.1 to get into. Also, we had a bit of a follow in the run-up to this, One Baby IQ, VTTV. Nice to have you along. We'll see how we go. But for the moment, let's get over to some Final Fantasy, because let's not hang out here. And it doesn't want to load. Of course not. Give me a second. We will fix. Such as things. Such as things. It is. It is. It's going to be a pain in the butt. That's okay. Quick fash. It does it once or twice. Every so often there's a new update, patch pieces or other bits. Usually it's a quick fix by basically just restarting the game and everything's happy again. It's because it's told to basically grab the appropriate piece and not else but else stat. So, you know, it's not a big issue. But into each stream, some scuff must happen, and this is good enough for all. Punch in all piece point and code pointers. Let's go. All right. Now, are we going to play nice, or do I have to tell the thing to basically play nicer? Don't know. Find out shortly. All right. There we go. See? Streamlabs is a bit of a wonk sometimes. It kind of gets a bit grumpy when you start the game slightly before you start everything else, but it's fine. So we're going to be getting into the 7.1, and I will go over what I've already basically had a quick splat about. So, ran out to the island, got all that sorted out. Nothing new there. We've got new furnishings, new items, new builds, new craftables in that aspects. Things like bowls of potato chips and other things, such as tea racks. Very nice. We will be showing those off later. Right, they added in the extra voices in Mahjong, so now you can have any of the scions basically add voice lines to stuff. Each one is available from Gold Saucer near the Mahjong tables. Can't miss them. Gentlemen's in blue. Right, the individuals wearing blue. Can't miss them. Really can't. And that's as simple as, once you have them, of course, it's right here. And they just add,
together, we shall overcome the odds.
Wow, this looks promising.
and of course, whatever attire you've unlocked is whatever you can have them sort of wear. Neat. You need a carbuncle here. Everything new is basically, looks like it's kicking off in Tulliola, so we'll take the quick race point there. I know. I could go very, very, very fast. Where is it? The Arcanist Guild. But I don't do that. I take the long way because it's funner. And it's easier on the pockets. Oops. You know, a lot of people are like, I'll take the $1,000 teleport. I'll take the $300 sailboat. So, looks like we've got all sorts of things going to be kicking off. Free ride to Tulliola. Goodies. Right, so, quick look at the map. It says we've got Wandering Minstrel, the Royal Invitation, that's the new post-game part, an Intrepid New Enterprise, and Otherworldly Encounter. So sort of the points here. So I'll talk with the Minstrel, I'll pick these up, talk to the Minstrel, and then kick off Royal Invitation, I think. So let's go find each of these. Blue-garbed Pelu. Of course. Okali! This is for the new societal quests. So we'll be doing these because they're on dailies. Meeting him won't be so easy. Must be around here somewhere, though. Ma Blue. Wait. I always love that. And the adventurer, yes. Mighty warrior travels the length and breadth of Tural, taking its myriad sights, sounds, and smells. Sniff us. even those within otherworldly dome. Savvy haggler who helped promised third acquire a saddle worth 10,000 pel. 10 pel in the thousands column, 10,000 pel, despite starting with a mere 100. Aha. Inner abacus is clacking away. You're missing the piece, or you're the missing piece I've been looking for. My brand new enterprise, that is. Sorry for that, got a little carried away. Happy to finally meet you. Lipu, the merchant, or a merchant, till recently, bedclothes. Fair, all woven from the finest alpaca wool. Ooh, they'd be warm and snuggly on a cold night. Mablu, of course the natives, told me about you. Heard you gave her a nudge and what she needed to embark on her journey as a peddler. I can't begin to thank you enough. Straight to the point. Proposal for you today. How would you like to become a special advisor to a trailblazing tourism venture? The Turali Travel Agency. What does this? Of course, you'll be compensated for your time. Must be the first in line for all kinds of treats and trinkets, not to mention a wealth of exciting experiences. Well, now that's starting to sound better. Don't have to answer right away. If any aroused your interest, come visit me at Okehanu. Over the finer details, I'll be waiting you along with the rest of my associates. All right. Society quest accepted. Set of tribal quests. I don't know what was wrong with that. So many people complumping about the name tribal, or what? Hobby go messenger. We'll grab this one too. Otherworldly encounter. Say, aren't you Thalen? That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was asked to find you some Mialja. Oh boy. Curious happens abound in Mamuk of late, and we thought one of our worldly experience might be able to help us make sense of things. I'm an incantation. She waits you in Mamuk. Fire west of the plaza, in a large building near the two-headed statue. Quest accepted. The walk will be over before then. You should try some different bait. Gotta worry about them when they're saying that. It's like, are they talking about bait for fishing or bait for selling? Where's our friend? Up there he is. Come to share a heroic yarn with me. Please do. Have my wrap this. Queen Eternal. Spheen's burden. What have you brought? Tale of Spheen. Now that we can have Spheen Extreme. Trials and tribulations of Queen Spheen. Confronted with many difficult decisions, sought to protect the citizens of her nation, Alexandria. People regard souls as a resource. Die, ether of their memories, used to create the endless simulations, simulacra, yeah, it's that thing, of the departed, can only be sustained with life force harvested from the living. It sucks as a design. They could just be powered by lightning. It would have worked a lot better. Being so very different from what we know, such a way of life is difficult for us to accept. Only Neville should come into conflict with Spheen. She herself was not among the living, but an entity brought forth to fulfill a certain objective. I believe I lay the root therein. I believe I lay the root of this tragedy. Noblest of soul she was helpless to defy the purpose for what she'd been bound, protecting the endless no matter the cost. Thus to continue her destructive path, even though it led to a dead end. Deep in your heart, do you believe Spheen whom you met was alive. I'm not sure. Though she was many things, she wasn't alive. She was alive in her own way. So you think that, even the knowledge that her existence differed from the living, you hold that she was alive. I thank you for your honest answer. I shall take it to heart. Right. Whether or not she possessed life, I believe there existed an individual called Sphene who cared deeply for her people, who heard the voice of her people, felt as they did, and thought only for their welfare. That is why, at battle's end, she returned to the gentle soul you knew. But here, a thought fills me with dread. What if that soul failed to return? Fearsome entity should continue its restless onslaught. Might it exceed in this plundered life force from other realities at the cost of untold destruction? Such a possibility, shall I sing, that we might give thanks for the path we were mercifully spared. Golden light to rulers walked their paths, conflict lying. One bound to slay, one sworn to save, they forged ahead untiring. In memories of departed days, endure the fate and fetters. For keepers of staunch a blessed warmth, oblivion for the breakers. So opens that. I'll have to read patch notes hereafter. Bull Rurak. Alright, Bull. Ooh, Night World Sea for some pizza. Or pazza without pizza. Damn it. Fresh fish mollusks sauteed in frantilla oil, simmered with some mezcal and tomato broth. Ooh. Catfish pie. Sea-filled, juicy catfish meat and baked seafood pies, right? Mesquite juice. Juice of mesquite beans. Local fruits for a healthy drink that tastes great. Or just take some money, which is 500 gil. Pleasure as always. Been able to relax lately. Yeah, sure. Put up my thumb. Wonderful. As busy have you been? The right succession amongst things. You deserved an opportunity to experience Tuliola at a more leisurely place. Sampling tacos at his place again is one way to do so. They're made traditional way, laden with fillings, and absolutely sublime. Empty stomach. Owner Brock Ivu will look after you. I guess I'm talking with Brook Ivu. My biggest hope is the post-game shall include some stuff to basically help figure out what's going on with Sphene's realm. Nail down where it is. Well, if isn't this, alone today, are you? Well, never alone, but hey, I see, hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Ooh. Consider a token of gratitude for you helping track down those treasures. Find a table, I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. Nice. Empty seat, everyone's just like looking at it. Ooh, what do we have? Choices of meats with onions and avocado and other such things. Still love tacos, I hope. Gregarious man. You ate so many when you turned 5, you barely move afterwards. Remember that? That sounds like Wuklamak or something over there. No, it isn't. Ah, some other man in G's. No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Oh, he's come back from the portal. Right. Sorry, it's still strange for me. The other day, you were a little boy clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasulani. Grown man with a face full of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family. You can always rely on me. Relying. Feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. Can't even start a fire without the assistance at my new job. At Electrope, if I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. Here, I'm helpless. A culinarian can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me, gods, I never felt so embarrassed. Told tales, life seems really different within the dome. Wife and children. Thinking I'd have them join me once things settled, but at this rate... Guy's a grandfather before he's an old man. Oh no! They say you sent for them. If they're your family, mine too. Do whatever's necessary to make it work. Didn't mean to overhear, but seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tulliola. Vow Wuklamat. Paid for this, we established a support group at the Wing of Reflection where you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful they can make things easier. Exactly what I need. Definitely seek out this group and bring my family with me. Thank you. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get spotted halfway through some tacos. Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you. How wonderful. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. Not at all. Not like I could stop you. It's like pick up my plate and run out the door. No! We're not doing the Mandervilles just yet. I so doubt they'll be along. Tacos here never disappoint. What have you been up to lately? Making a name for myself, the Arcadian, working to recover this, catching up sleep. My truck is the Alpaca. Worked on the recoverance and also made a name, starting to make a name with the Arcadian. I'll say stolen artifacts. Reviewing reports from the Landsguard. Responsibility. Not a position to chase criminals abroad, so I needed someone else to take care of the matter. I'm glad that someone is you. Myself, busy at duties at the palace. Find a moment, I like to walk the street and talk to the people. Better understand the problems they have and share with Kona. Figure out solutions. Let's walk now. As I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Oh, what do you need help with? I have something to discuss you as Dalton servants. You have time to come to a palace? Well, sure. Go on ahead. Please come join us after you finished here. Well, it looks like my plate's fairly empty, so I would say I was fairly finished here. Up. Oh, someone's finished crafting. Got that. I've just crafted something health bar. You definitely hear certain places. I can hear the card on my video card, or fan, I should say, on my video card fire up some pretty new places. So it doesn't fire up here. Coming to the area now that they've done a graphical patch on some of the stuff. And like, Oklamat, Landsguard Gatekeeper. Phone has gone somewhere, sorry. Oh. Always an honor. If Alcon has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, should join you within before long. Enter Sunperch. Better than Moonfall. Oh, and the gang's all here. Well, some of the gang. I suspect Stola will be, Istola, or Yostola, will basically be down in, near the portal, studying it with the absolute intrigue that she does. Oh, you're all here too. Valcona summoned us. Truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. Asked us to share knowledge of Hainish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. Of course, we are happy to oblige him. Likewise summoned, carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. Sparked investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Wonder Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tiral. Justinian's still on his way out there. Back to researching Crossrift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get cons to investigate living memory. Exactly where I said she was going to be. Wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. Looks like you're like to be stuck with her for a while. That's a bit of a worried look. Justinian, we know neither where he is or what he's doing. Some things never change. He'll drop in from time to time. Hey, Kona. My apologies for the delay. Enough of that, we took our advantage of the time to catch up. What can we do for you? Hopefully, present company enough for whatever it is you need. Comprehension. There's the whole with the glasses. Summon pertains to Alexandria. All right. State funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen's Fiend. King Gululja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yassolani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations have lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to still have funeral rites still. Members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the Queen thus be honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. People of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. It kind of blew up their whole way of life. The Sphinx was but a simulacrum. He was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Such things force us to see our own mortalities. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians a chance to come together, express their grief, that they might overcome it. Wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Gululja, but to put this chapter behind us. Post-game. Rest of the presence of none other than... That I requested your presence was none other than you see if you wish to attend the funeral. See if I can pronounce what's being said there. Yunus Fiend as well, after all. Sometimes I wonder if there wasn't another way. You and me both. But we made our choices, and we are responsible for what comes of them. As vow, I will attend the funeral in official capacity. I owe it to the Alexandria people to bear witness to their grief. I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything like you did through the rite of succession. Oh yeah, we're going, of course. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. Only right we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others. So let us stand with you. Well, we know you two are coming. Right? Of those here, it's like, Cryle's gonna come. G'raha, you know, it's another adventure with G'raha. He ain't gonna go away. Alizé is the same boat as G'raha. So Alphino's the only one who'd really drop out of it. Go and see the back room with Gululja. Crossroads. I will be putting this on its own playlist as well, as I did with the other post game, but I do suspect some of it may get messed up with some general stuff as well. So we will try to do the Crossroads stuff as a beginning piece, and then anything that's general after will still wind up in the Crossroads piece. Oopsie. Straight to the back room. Playing Fallout 4 too much. As I run out of the room, I can't teleport from here. Oh wait, yes I can. Neon Stain. Backdoor Domran. Headed to the back room? Yes. Geodude. Shale. Genalt. Let's go harass him just temporarily. Absolutely can't stand the lot, let me tell you. Wide berth, even the medicinal, too close for her. Like, so I just crash here. Ooh, boy. He hates their thing, and yet I can see they're going to throw him and Rowena, our Rowena and Geralt will mess up, run in with their Genalt and very close point. Glad to see the invitation reach you. As you may have heard, we were able to find data on forgotten funeral customs amidst old records. Appears they preserved by those who rued the loss of culture due to the proliferation of regulators. We are grateful for their foresight. Yeah, sometimes throwing things out is a bad thing. Gululja. Ah, you came for the funeral. Of course, I'm the only one who will officially take part, though the others will watch over the proceedings. How have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. Shale's always teaching me new things. Learned about Everkeep systems, the mechanical soldiers. Its knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Gotta read what's written there, not just make up stuff. Studious as always, I see. By the way of a treat, I brought you a gâteau au chocolat. Kind of cake, I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamity, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Yeah. We kind of talked Minia into it. She's the 12th. Wait. Yes, we did. Relieved to see Gulja is doing well, though he's been through too much for one so young. From a group that plotted to undermine a tyrant king from the shadows, one that aids its fellow citizens in the open, Oblivion has come a long way. People to take it on themselves to organize and hold a funeral speaks of their enduring love for Sphene. She was a good ruler. It's hard not to. Though I've been in the back room before, there was no time to see the sights. I would like to take a closer look at the equipment. Papa always said he didn't want a somber funeral, so we celebrated his life together with our victory. I'm sure he would have loved it. I like to think he's watching over us from the world beyond, filling his cup every time we filled our own. Probably have to go down to the sea and take a look. Supposing the royal administration took on the brunt of the planning. One of their number can explain what ceremony will entail. Light on the gill. Flowers being handed out at Practice Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I'd like to speak with, Gossin. He was apparently Sphene's aide and the one that sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. At Praxis Park, huh? Praxis Park. All the way over there. Alright. Resolution. Don't know if I can find this guy. So to be honest, the line seems a lot shorter than that. I don't know if it's some people actually holding back or racing ahead. Why? I am Val Wuklamat of Tuliola. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphene's funeral. We are honored. I had just seen you from a distance, but I never had the pleasure. I am Gossin, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administrating the affairs of state. Aha. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers will be handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? They're not a requirement. We're where our people, or your people, do not use them. Wore old tokens of mourning upon their persons while attending funerals. Such tokens were black, suggested we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're still distributing them as we are able. I see. Regular, no, an important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Would you actually do this? Yeah, I would. Ah, that's a great picture for Sphene. Lilies. There is one question that does irk my head. Right? Which is that? Well, with Galulja, who
Although
was...
we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Those sets the first of many. Worry a bit? I do.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
This is where shades of Metion come in.
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
No one is truly gone
But
until everyone forgets them.
We still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
Yes.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help.
True.
What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead?
You won't
I
ever
remember
truly...
my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Now that's an agreeable position to take. But yeah, the dead are never truly gone. You never truly forget them. Why the zoom in on the regulator? Good place to continue our conversation. Won't solve, simply leave it won't solve their problems. Fear the problem runs deeper than that. Seeing that child reminded me of myself how far I was, except that grandfather was gone. Sadness is what gave me the strength to come this far. I'd never choose to forget it. Never. Oopsie, you're not Alphino. Altar can provide comfort for those that need it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. That's fine. Really know nothing about your mother? Searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamulja she found listed me and my father. My father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memory, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means that she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Right. Perhaps we should try looking again. Hard to explain. I'm not sad, but I feel like I'm, missing something. Even if it makes me sad, I want to know my mother. Well, if that's what you want, we're gonna find her. Then I'll help you. I believe I speak for the others too. Well, pretty much. I think we're all in on this one. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. You came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we are bound to learn about your father as well. Retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. True. Zorilja was a bit of a mean bugger, but at least we may find answers to some other things. Alright, thank you everyone. No records remain of Ghoul Justice. Then where do we begin our search? Questions there. I can very much relate to his feelings. I play Gululja finds what he seeks. You're still not Alphino. I understand Gululja's desire. Found my own father's actions inexplicable. It's true, your father was a bit of a dicker. Might learn more about my father. I hadn't thought of that. This is what Gululja wants. I'll help him however. After all, we're family. Fair enough. Alright, what do you... Ooh. And we're gonna get some materia. Some 9s. Assuming neither memories nor records remain, must cast as wide as net as possible. Split into groups. Inquiries outside in the outskirts. The rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. So I could either run all the way there, which would be terrible, or we can take a trip to the Aetheryte. I'm not teleporting to it for spending $50. Gotta teleport here, it's $50. Thought you're going outside. I am. I just have a habit of doing that from the main. Fly over these defective turrets. I don't want to be chased by them. The outskirts. 3 people to find and talk to. Fresh face to Anwa. Looking for a Mamulja woman. Oh, Gulja's mother. Can't help you there, I'm afraid. I know little about Zerolja, and then only what my father told me. Said he, before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Tural Vidril had appeared and was terrorizing the region. Assembled a party of warriors with whom confronted and felled the beast. King's feat in the past. Tural Vidril? Inside the dome? Intriguing. Oop. A chatty Shitona. Mamulja woman. Their people have never been a common sight around here. Last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. He was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliyola after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. Middle-aged Tonwa, I send standard Hume. Never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zerolja. You'd much better luck talking to the people over at a Tonawatan settlement over to the north of Everkeep, a place called that Uweyawata. Resilient son won their loyalty over when he saved them from some crisis or another, story goes. If I remember correctly, the chief's name was Kaniloka. Report your findings to Shale in the back room. Some centuries you are. References for 93. Leander! I forget what you sell. No, wait, you don't sell anything. Pity. Fun. Small new area opening up. Some sort of instant zone, like the back rooms are. Yeah. Quick, into the back rooms. Enter, and it's like all yellow. Here's phase. It's like turn around, look back where you came from. Door's gone. It's just more back rooms, liminal space. You're like, this isn't the back rooms I meant. What did you find out? Didn't much luck. How did you fare? Failed to learn anything directly from Gulja's mother. I did find information that made some light upon Zerolja. Couldn't find anything useful. None of the people I questioned heard of a Muljo woman before. Vast indeed. With even the teleports, we could cover but a small portion of it. Rarely made public appearances, so the people had no idea how he spent most of his time. Yet I believe in there lies the key to the answers we seek. Told Shale about your search. Previously tracked down, Mother came up empty-handed. So we can get somewhere this time. Quite a few different people as well. Let's combine our finds, see what conclusions we might draw. Dee-doo. Quick, get out the pegboard and string. Brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yatsulani, among whom was a female Mamulja. Mission was to rid the region of Tural Vidril. I believe it was safe to say that was the crisis that Yuiwata he resolved. The troops stuck around for a time, perhaps assist the villagers with recovery. Indeed, gotten trapped within the dome. In the dome. Also heard stories about settlement of Yuiwata. I am going to butcher that badly. With a blunt spoon. Until nearly a decade ago, Zeralja made regular visits. Required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. If a Muljo woman had remained there, they would have had the occasional come in contact. What could Zulja be doing in that village? Well, I think we can answer that question. Or to retrace Zulja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. Said approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, as per King's direct order. For survive such facility, only Vanguard was believed to be under the King's jurisdiction. Apparently used to develop a new type of weapon. I'm afraid that's all we could learn. A weapon. That's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. We're looking at transportation records. .3D printer going in the background, and this runner here is going to find the goodies. There it is. Routes full of detours, attempts to obfuscation, but large deliveries were made to Yuiwata, far too large for a mere village. Hasn't been some activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. You think that's where my mother was? Can't say for certain, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all this out. Every piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when you put several pieces together, a picture begins to form. And should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson learned in another life. Investigating the secret facility in Yuiwata, then. And this time, I want you to come along, Gululja. Someone's happy. Other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover car go down from drift downs. Ah. Thank you, Shale. Not too different than Eden was. Yep. That little piece in the burn. Or South Bosian. So it is going to be a quick instanced area. outside of everything. Maybe. Apparently you can also adjust the tilt on these now. Yahoo! Really? Yeah. I do like the fact that they have it not tilt as hard. Hello, Tapu. From the beginning, I had noticed Queen Sphne's sound was different to ours. But such things didn't matter. What mattered is she was there for us. Laughing when we laughed, crying when we cried. Blind girl knew something was up. Here we go. Weapons developed in secret with the aid of devoted followers. Nothing good will come of this. You're pretty much right on the money I'm thinking here. Settlement on the outskirts, really originally Tawan as well, yes? Wonder if Utah is similar to it. Thoughts are in your mind, Kryle. Researcher spoke with remembered that his colleagues couldn't recall the detailed specific individuals, not their names or what they were like. Considering people were removed, that speaks loudly. Someone noticed, except if he utilized a flying vehicle. How much changed for the part of Yoslani? Lunsa, wonder what the other would be like. Find out shortly. Hover cargo will take us across the lake. Never been over there before. Still inside the dome, so I don't expect to be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You can follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright. Careful, everyone. Uata Field Station is now accessible. Regular duty. Alright. Rule with the dungeon? Is that what it is? Yes, it is. It's a new 100 dungeon. As such, form a party and enter the field station. Take Kryle with us. Alphino. And yeah, we'll go with Wooklamat. This is the suggested party point. Always do it with the team first. You get the extra storylines and we can pick up the extra story beats. If we do it with a group of people, if there's sparkles, they'll just run past them. Oh boy. Field station. Electrical wood trents. Huh, interesting. Father must have come here for a reason. It's heavy and crystal. Beasts up here too. Even the creatures are electrified. Now, they did have this basically get a new function to it. Yeah, no longer is it a straight combo action. It now creates an effect. Oh, it does? It does. Much like it's over here, this, it creates an effect. Okay, so... Those pillars seem ominously different as well. So when Freet does its thing, yeah, Freet does its thing. To do this, I don't lose it anymore. Nice. I had to take a look. Alright, so that's cool. Because before it was a combo, if you did anything except for follow right up with it, you would lose it. So if you were forced to do something or activate any other ability, this. So there's some abilities that will treat it wrong. Get rid of it. Lots of electrical crystal here. Electro golems. Okay, I must admit, I do like the fact that it does seem to jump a lot further. I do not like the fact that you've got a blast radius and a half. Little pools of lightning as well. Take that. Get him, Cryo. Our first sort of puss. I haven't seen anything that looks like clickable stuff then. Lindblom Zagnal. Alright. Guess we stepped into its territory. Well, let's deal with that problem, shall we? Four? Alright, that's some sort of... Oh, crap. Away from it. It's going to be throwing that, so I don't want a big out. Holy crap, it's... I figured I was going to get hit with that.
You'll not escape this!
This should do it!
The trope emerges from the ground. It tells me that
Now I'll show you!
get him, Mokumat. Is everyone standing directly in front of him? Fond of that tactic. Yeah, it really does seem to be happy with it, doesn't it? I can see a black mage being very grumpy with that. All right. Oh, now we get to see what we get here. Piety materia. What did I get? Just the material? Oh. The facility is still here. Would appear to be. What kind of research did they do here? Sure, but they obviously had a landing pad for them to land at. Research note. See, this is why I like doing this without a squad. While His Majesty, Zeroljal is not the first to conceive the transferring of a beast's soul into a person's body, safety and ethical concerns have ensured no earnest attempts have ever been made to date. Yet our king believes that there is no greater evil than to hinder the potential of man, so he has ordered us. To make this conception a reality, he would bolster our military might and break through into the outside world. If our research will further this ambition, perhaps it's worth pursuing. You can get off the table, Wooklamat. So this is where they actually did the... Hello. The research to do the whole beast soul thing. I think they're too far away for... Like, that'll hit both of them, but too far away for the individual blasts. Now, also, they should have fixed the problem. Oh, for a second, I thought something was there. Something did not go well here. Bodies are fragile vessels. Though the infusion of a person's soul confers strength, vitality, souls of beasts yield mixed results. Even when stripped of memories, a feral soul can induce psychological instability in the subject. Suspect because primal instincts remain, and while a certain amount of bestial ferocity is expected, I dare say welcomed, too many such souls can lead to physical mutations. For now, our objective shall be determine the threshold beyond a body, the risk of uncontrolled mutation. That was something that got off that there's almost no blood on the actual table here, so something got off that table and caused that mess. These are people, right? Yes. What are those? Quite imposing, isn't it? Yes. Movie.
You cannot stop us!
So it looks like you draw the hounds and these guys together. Rotten Hound and Rotten Researchers. That ends the lockdown. Still in the tubes. What happened here? Like they're moving. More sparkles to explain what's going on. Iwata amulet offending. All right. Vitality. So it's 705 gear. Vitality's, well, it's offending thing, so yeah. So 256, probably more. We go with the stats. 124 direct hit, speed, skill. Yeah, they're so comparable. Probably a bit more health than this, but less physical power. All right, but 705 gear. Giant horse. I think you mean there's a P in there needed. And so we've got a zombie adventure again. Again? Weeping City of Monarch and all the rest of it to deal with the undead and horrifyingly, you know, things that was. Another research note. The rate of transfiguration may be dictated by the potency of the soul consumed. with fiends of great power, but mutations were observed after infusion of a merely single soul. No better was phenomenal. For Atticus, his body was altered irreparably, lost all capacity to result, while primary objective research utilized the soul of a Toral Vidril. I struggle to see a path forward. An alternate approach must be considered. He was looking to get himself merged with that, I bet. It's like, oh. Yeah, Zeral Joe is not a nice dude. Ruby. Hate the ones that crawl on the floor. Station Spectres. I don't know how much of them animated from what they were put to, and how much isn't. I didn't really pay much attention to how Solar does the Solar things. Source of our failures thus far has been the inability of our bodies to contain feral souls. What if we were to reverse the process by purging the beast of its memories and infusing it with a man's soul, one still possessed of its own memories? Gain absolute control of great power. Brilliant hypothesis. We'll have the honor of being the first to understand our meager limits. I must prepare his soul for extraction at once. Ruby. Earrings offending. Overseer. Penny Loca. Alright. Straight into a... These spirits? Fight gonna know. Lip syncs. Sorry about that one on the healer. Here he goes again. Dark Souls.
No holding back.
The tank buster's called Dark Souls. Oh, good job, guys. Good job. Full points for that one. Blood Burst. Okay, that appears just to be a straight AoE. Nothing fancy pants with it. Go hit him. Oh, souls. You're fun. A ball up his bum there. Reminds me of Gloves of Amy. Seal the beast. What was he talking about? We could tame the beast, but the seal is already. Seal this keeps going, so. Is that a storm? I can hardly believe my eyes. Get a closer look. Wait, this is inside the facility or out behind it? Sprightly mole? Sprightly stone? Wait. I didn't know better. I was getting overtones of Titan here. All the rock and stuff around. Well, I suppose that's not too far off. I mean, Vidra Tural tend to be elemental in nature. One was poisonous, sort of watery thing. Was the treasures that we fetched, remember? Yeah, sort of.
We mustn't hold back.
No, we won't hold back. Keep going.
Try this!
Backlash.
I'm glad I didn't bring Alizé for this part. I'm sure she'd be very... This Lone Keeps. Yeah, it's all earthen stuff. Sprightly Phobad. So whatever Vidral they were talking about was definitely heavily Earth Ether based. Well, if you want to play with the rocks, I can throw rocks just as good as you. Things wrong, don't rush ahead. That roar, did it come from the storm? Yep. I think I know what awaits us. Yeah, so do I. Some sort of earth elemental Tural thing. solid go? Absolutely solid go. Yeah, Daros definitely place it in there, don't they? This will be using a different elemental element. They're being lightning everything, it's going to be earth everything. Much more to say about that? Not really. I'm glad I was able to read research notes, though. There's nothing to read in raids, usually. If there was, I'd basically be looking at it. Here we go. What? Vidral, Vidral, Luni Patiate. Kill her frickin' bunny! Right, you, go cut its head off. One rabbit, sir. We didn't even bring the holy hand grenade. Uh-oh. I'm in the wrong spot for this. Oh, wow. Okay. Note to self, Raging Claw means get in behind. Oh, I'm glad of that. So it's not like it's dropping me off somewhere up the line. It's dropping me off right here. Brilliant. I like it. Right, make sure not in front when that one goes off. Pepperine loaf? Something moves beneath us. Right. Golbez did this stunt. All right, Bunny Boy, what else you got? Sandworms? Really? on the ground. Shield. Yeah, this is a very original ring setup.
You'll not escape this!
Sonic Howl?
Should do it!
Good guess. Slabber. Tank Bust.
This should do it! This should do it! This should do it!
Give him some Adel, slow him down a little.
This should do it!
Okay, the tightness of how well they're close is... I do not have that on my speed bar. Yes. Rush. Aha! Comes everyone else. The hell of a hole it dug. Oh yeah, I got a seal from that. Yahoo! Yes, I did pick up a Wonder Tales. A little confusing, but not much has changed except for the reward pile.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Vali Armanda.
No, I don't think
From
so.
what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
Bit of the echo. There it goes. We need a piece of story explanation. Here comes the Deus Ex Machina explanation.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
There she is.
So, you've given him permission?
Teishalja, you will
Teishalja.
assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours.
Ah. Livia.
That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Well, at least I can offer a name.
Are you all right?
Teishalja. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubico women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kaniloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishalja there.
Yes.
That's where we're going next, then.
Exit to Heritage found. Alright. Danger started sinking how unsettling this place is. Hard to believe it used to be a village. True. Should be able to peer into Taral Vidral's past. Wonder what that implies for Beast's consciousness while it was sealed away. There's Kanaka. Kani Lookout, just Loki, was in charge here. When you were counting, it was Zaralja. Villagers were might be monitoring the imprisoned Zaralja's behest. At some point, they became involved in the research of souls. I wonder what her story is. Well, we'll find out. I wish I could see into the past like you. Then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any Majulcha. I've been here for a long time. Couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. I saw some. I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day I hope to see what she actually looked like as well. We'll go with Quick Tongue. Because yellows are no good for me. You may now enter with a party of NPC avatars to make sure this Neutron do this. Yay! Yeah, they're not going to say anything else. Discern the purpose of the research conducted. Traces of it remain might afford great insight to what came of it. Look around for information way to the upper level. It's not unlike the Allegan and their holding of the Dragonkin. What happened to the people? Did they leave, or did we already meet them? I suspect the latter. That's green and rotted, so... Actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success is far from guaranteed, even in the best case, but they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zaralja so absolute? Body bags. What have you got there, Graha? Wonder what Beckleg would make of the research into transferring souls. Indeed. Makes me angry to think about what they did here. I can see that. Researchers likely moved between upper and lower levels, finding the key amongst their belongings. Alright, just things falling over. Starting to put Christmas decorations up and all the boxes fell over. Yield to our shoulders, old-fashioned way to find a key. Lift can be seen this, sturdy as it appears. Force open. Wow. Mangled corpse. Journalize this. Transferred to Iwata Station in order to train the villagers in the use of electrope technology. Childs can learn quickly Operation Common Contraption, no easy thing for them to attain requisite skill to develop new weapons. One of which requires no less than manipulation of souls. 2 pupils. Kanaloka, the village chief, and Tiashal, a field cryosurgeon. I dare hope before long they will be able to carry out their duties without further instruction, maybe relieved of my duty. And for a key card. Test subjects journal. Security volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good? Yes, I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today, bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it. So strong. Hungry, always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. Must. I am eater. Must eat. Makes sense. It might be in the security desk. Extra security badge. Neatly arranged. Manual outline and regulations. Tranquilizing gas beam used. You dig deeper. Find a verification key. Perfect. Always remember, check front desk for extra, right, for guest badges and other things. Usually security at the desk has the ability to write up a temporary key. Useful information for all you zombie apocalypse wanders. Found a key? Great, I'll call the others. I found something. I don't know if it's the key. Not yet. Seems the key can operate it. Up we go. Careful where you're putting your feet. Some of this stuff still looks sticky. Some sort of emergency all over the place. This is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar. Far cry from the temple that held Valimarangra. Yeah, that one. Machinery still appears to be in operation. Auxiliary systems ensured monitoring continue even in case of emergencies. Warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. See if we can find some clues about Gululja's mother. I think I can use this term. Oh, Shale taught me how. Well, at least someone knows how to punch the keys. Fortunately, all the letters and buttons are at the very bottom of the keyboard. So much data, I don't know what we should look at. Narrow the search. Start by inputting the name Tishalja. Tishalja. A lot of results, I'll see the same thing. Dalaja, Minister of Experimental Treatment Research Logs. Sounds good, doesn't it? Chances all data is encrypted. If not, it'll take considerable time to go through it all. Take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. I'll transfer it to the storage device I brought. Oh, kid brought a USB stick. There, it's finished. Well, obviously, they didn't stack enough data. Bringing them all the way. Yay! If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for both of us. Safe. Brother returned to Yuata. Wanted its power no matter the cost. Find what we sought in the abandoned facility. Ilasawa is really good at driving the hover cargo. Wonder if I could learn how to do that. Someone else thought that too. Not forget this troubling reminder of the depravity that can deprive from the beliefs that souls are simply a resource to be exploited. Alright. Charlie gave me a fright at first, but then I remembered who felled the mighty Varang. That thing. And here we are. Authorities in Malone House wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. First thing, let's deliver the data to Shale. We'll take the teleport. Well, I got some goodies too. I mean, especially now on my timers, I can go to my custom deliveries. I love this. I love this. See, crafting bonus, fishing bonus, crafting bonus, crafting bonus, gathering bonus. Ah, so now I know who's doing what, where, by just a look. I don't have to go through each one and find the individuals involved. The back room? Yes. Things haven't changed much since the funeral. Lucille's listless like before. They haven't had to deal with loss for a while. Thinking may behoove us use the various devices throughout. Better late than never. Stayed in good hands with Shale. Information, you lot never cease to amaze. Harsh environs, feel better understanding steady presence Sphene was to her people. No trouble keeping up in the outing. It really is his father's son. Shale gave me the storage device for it. She said it would probably need it, and we did. Alright, Shale. Welcome back. Where are you giving me the storage device? Wealth of data, all of which is encrypted. I'll need time to process everything. Might take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. Don't know if there's anything we could do to help, but we'll see. I'll let you know as soon as I finish my work. See you again soon. This should, if I'm right, may move to Guidance of Hetsu. I don't know. Isn't wrong. Mood out there's still grim. Some of Tirali remember a time before they were dependent on a soul system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have a chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. A journey home won't be an easy one, those have grown old. Mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tiral, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem reached us in Tulio. My brother is doing all he can to see Zaktaral Railroad restored to operation, so many people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks go only as far as Vanguard, so some traveling on foot will still be necessary. So, the railway would make things a slight easier. How long before it's back in service? And say, when I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. Now, Data, we should go and see the state of it for ourselves, especially seeing we crashed it into the wall. Chaloni Station, then. Informed, disinformed. Well, we're going right out of here, then. Got Solani Station, Electro Spike, Outskirts, Solution 9, and, of course, this is wave free if you're me. Yeah, I know. If you use a ticket. I don't have tickets. The bills haven't been terrible. The amount we've been given isn't horrible. He's in here. Those chocobos. Someone on the desk again. Our resolve and me to boot. What can I do for you? Hoping some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Toral that can't make the journey on foot. See? Happens, Valreason was also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Speaking of, there he is. Scratch the on his way. Ah ha ha! Yeshepi! Shock. Did our little Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? Looking good, Aaronville. Someone's gonna say that. I'm not gonna razz him for it. Guildship has officially approved my transaction from Gleaner to independent contractor. I was needing an attire, or more benefiting attire. Yeah, he's no longer working for that. He's now, an independent gatherer. Yes, here for the railroad. Taking part in my sake, the original Dawnblazer was sacrificed, so I felt only right to assist in its replacement. Speaking of which, we kind of plowed the train into the wall, didn't we? Let me explain the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? New locomotive was on the track for completion, having difficulty pulling her into the station, matter of speaking. Dawnblazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed other considerations, but now we're back on original how to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of the Meswan. The Ronek. Though the Hetzro that follow him are none too pleased about their Hetzro being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I have devised to quiet the railroad should address that complaint. Silent trains present different danger. Ronek needs some deterrent to warrant wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and put off their grazing again. Weren't the railroads plotted to avoid Ronek's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting this close in the first place. Shifted while the tracks were laid. Not certain why. I tend to ask the people of Meshwan for their insight. Aged proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist this matter. We too would hear what Hetsaru have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. Consulting their leader, Watto. 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 The rest of you can accompany us to the Hetzwato encampment if you like, but not much else to do, so we'll go with it. Beep, beep. Woo! Get that bumper out of there. Some people will still be getting into Dawntrail. Some people will hold off doing the post-game until all the post-game is in play, which is, you know, that's one way to go about it, and I don't blame them for doing it. You know, play it all as one big thing versus do some and then wait a few weeks to the next major drop and then so on and so forth. Geppetto! I don't know. Our reason, is it not? I can scarcely believe it. Tradition, they're amiable to the unfamiliar, so I'm told. I think it's going to be packed up in a moment's notice to follow wherever the Ronick lead. Yeah? Well, not so much in an instant, but with this. Also on railroad. I pray do not take us for train enthusiasts. Aw, not up for train spotting there, Aaron Vale. Aaron Shippy. All of wild reason. I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way out to here? Medwatazone. I thank you for seeing us. Our concern Dawntrail Railroad. You too have Aronnax's unexpected change in behavior then. He's been looking into the matter. Geppetto. Expect them to keep to their favorite grounds nearby for a while yet. Despite through a search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of raising in the Peorian and Yoktuan, those two locations. And yet they refuse to keep to where they would, instead pushing westwards towards your railroad. I see no cause for such unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, they should continue west. We will follow. As any true Hetsaro would, I suppose. As you surmise, I am of Hetsaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronick as well. I have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. As he said before, yeah. Kind fellow merchant, the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, taught me his trade, and I might fend myself. Stall keeper, this is where a Dawn server found me and adopted me. Been in palace for some time when he came. Like me, cast aside by her parents. Not quite. Snuck out because she was in trouble. Pain of solitude, wanted to spare that. Tiny child's new brother, I swore to always be there for her. And her parents still live, and wasn't abandoned as such. Truly, never heard of a Ronick choosing path so arduous for such a terrible decision. Willing to leave their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps might make a better excuses for their accession never appealed to me. No. Even if it might currently help find the Ronick's current answer? As is so often the case, you are correct. My discomfort with the Hetsaro may arise from a fear of reopening old wounds as rather than blind fervor for innovation. Nevertheless, see me repeat past mistakes. I want to refuse to learn of one's country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Poke him in the right spot. Please teach me the Ronick and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. Delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Sure, I'm gonna go find a reason for all this. I would sure like to approach this with a fervent curiosity that you and my sister share. Useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. Yeah, sure, we can kick in the tail. You'll learn more of the Ronick, we'll have a look around the plains, perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. I suspect that it's like why we were able to see into the soul of the Tural Vitral. We haven't seen into primal or other such etheric constructs before. But seeing they were trying to implant souls with this, there's that. And yeah, they've added the extra color channels. A bunch of items too, so now there's a lot of stuff that has 2 color channels. Just do as we do. I hope it's not above manual labor. Not the most experienced, I shame to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. Oh yes, take these tools. He looks busy and asks if you can help. I'll teach you what you have to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Meet back here later to share what we've learned. I know. See. Oh. Playful Hetsaru. Not you. Learn ways about her sorrow life, are you? Thing you two to share, but rather take ear off. Towers of deduction. Easy to recall. Like this. Our Hetso provide us with something that we use in medicines. Poultices and soap drive right with this. What is it? Is it dung? Bones, hooves, or hooves, bones? No, hooves are something else. Meats, organ, meat. Dung again. Sounds like there's a story there, but that indeed is the correct answer. Myriad uses for Ronix chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Need, there's always a Hetsuro provide. Yeah. Some tribes of indigenous individuals with different animals use that as animal dung for a briquette to actually cook with, so clean fire is not this. Wind will still go right through it, me without my needle and sinew. Basically what I need. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, raw knock hide is made durable enough. Generally, don't have to worry. Great, I finished my task for the time being, so eager to learn my way, why don't I tell you a bit of our migration customs. Ronak are our Hetso, our guides, that we travel through. Turning the seasons, we trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all that we need to survive. Herd splits into 2, bound different paths. On occasion, we must also part half our number. Strange, stressful, though over the years it has seen us visit new lands, brought in this wisdom of Hetso. The ruffled Ronic. Shaggy and tangled. Sent a Ronic brush, did you? I'll like him. Went through one patch at a time gently. Not the first time we've had to deal with one thing after another. This long battle with it, much tidier now. Same cannot be said for your clothes. New coat of their own. Less excess fur, more comfortable in the afternoon heat, less susceptible to injuries. Combed coat makes it easier to identify injuries should the need arise. Fair statement. Matted fur is easier to spot when there's no standard mats in the fur normally. Let's got the emerald out. Smell of the grass and the wind. Good thing, promise you. Nearly mistaken for one of us, or at least an adventurer, Tawantua. Wonder how Val Kona's getting on. I assume he would have been reluctant to get his hands dirty, but he seemed to wish to understand us was sincere. Mm-hmm. Ah, here he is now. I think you've been adopted. Sorry, this passive grazing ironic and ended up rather far afield. Found myself wandering hither and there at my companion's inclination. Forces back to trail seemed inappropriate. How's your own work? Have you anything to share? People receive all they need. I feel the truth of this myself, while hesitant to leave my fate to the whims of Hetsara. Rather than tread man-made paths, I arrived where I was meant to be all the same. Not the only way. Through times I lacked the experience to know otherwise. Inability to conceive how a decision might be right does not mean it is wrong. Had a duty to the Ronak, as they did to me, so I wonder if leaving me behind was not so selfish as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course. Regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. In the service of the people Taral, after all. Thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. I remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. Well, that's good. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Yay! What do we have? Wild banana. Vitality, critical hit, spell speed. Spell speed, vitality. So, nope, we're going with the bananas. Don't even have to check the rest. I think the jellies technically would have been a good one too. I think it's determination and critical hit. Let's see, yeah, bananas are fine. 2 pitchers of banana. Ooh, big amount of bananas. Doing it in white. I'm impressed. One's dry cleaning bill must be terrible. How did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetso. They nourish the Hetsaro as they grow, provide warmth, companionship, and harsh, unpredictable world. Equal to any man, not beasts to be tamed. Ronak are sensitive. Though we treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must be ever free to follow their instincts, seek lands where they might thrive. We never cage them, neither should we. To control their migratory lands or capture those that wander too close to the question is out of the question. Now, out of the question. Then it's particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronk's once favored grazing grounds. Though the grass looks fine, the place is too quiet. Not just from the Ronak, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Velociraptors, but they look like they are passing through in a hurry. Typical, that sort of behavior of fauna would be associated with national disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Put 2 and 2 together, caused geological, or measured the ether to be certain. It was nothing indeed as recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. Strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A large animal, perhaps? Powerful one, like as not, a predator, given the local fauna's behavior. Looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail. Something with very large fangs. Couldn't be. Atura Hetsu. Pass, pardon? Turu Hetsu? Ronak Reaver, common tongue. Several names. Fangs that steal Hetsu in the night. Another evocative one. Yes, that'll do it. Fend off many predators with their horns, but not this. Their scales are as tough as adamant. Neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. Well, I think we've got a new trial. Well-toothed carnivore is usually with the unusually tough hide. I cannot recall such fauna in this region. Usually roam the wilds in the northeast. Most herds keep well clear of them. Why? Can't tell you why this one's so far from home, and it's packed to boot. Or both. Yes. Source of the Ronak's consultation is clear. We must drive away this reaver. They may return to the original grazing lands in peace. Well, yeah, if we don't deal with it, it's just going to cause all sorts of problems for you. Never fear, we'll make certain that the beast that threatens you no more. Get the 50 cal. Quest accepted. Ah, we have a Judy, do we? Not worried, we've fought worse. Not allow roam this. Won't do it for us to run off running in search of what we've made proper preparations. Yes. And if you enter battle associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be less. Item level 730 or 712. Level 100. We're not too bad. This would be, you know, post. The item level is only going to mean something to someone who's coming along in the next expansion type thing.
Help! Help!
That'll do it.
Odura Hetsu is coming this way!
I believe they're playing my song.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like we got another full dance card.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
There they are. What if this got to them? There's a
There they
sprint.
are.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers.
Mm-hmm.
The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
In a panic was clearly an understatement. More are coming!
Firing up the wrong one. Alpha alligator.
You're mine.
Someone's looking for a new handbag.
All or nothing, then. It seems that did the trick.
Bit of a cross between a bison, or yeah, bison and...
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
Okay, I take it this is one of these save points. Looks like a T-Rex.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronek Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there!
Use your gun. Good!
Not so fast! Even should it cost me my life. I will save the Hetzel!
That's all great, but just shoot the thing some more.
Are you all right?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Non-combatants evacuated.
Right. Let's finish the job.
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
That's got some good spirit there, Kona.
You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Not even a scratch!
Buy me some time to think, will you?
Nothing's invulnerable.
Must have a weakness, and I will find it.
Oh, let's see if we can bring up the melted little bastard then.
Keep it busy. I need time.
Right. Go for the legs.
Hook them at that. Come on.
Now we just have to keep it pinned.
You're thinking, Kona!
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow? I've got it!
Approach.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and...
My dude got himself a rifle.
You're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
Nothing's stopping us now! Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me!
Go, go. Good call on that. Get that shotgun out, my dude. Aether call. I do not like that.
You must disperse that ether ere the Reaver recovers it!
This is going to hurt.
Well, I suspect this thing's scales get to basically be made into some chasty armor.
We did it. The Etso, are they?
They're fine, my dude. They're fine.
The Ronek have all made it to Mehwa Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats. But the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
You need a new set of glasses, my dude.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say,
I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeniheta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Uh-oh, backstory for Kona.
Lozeniheta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronak. And like us, they were visited by a Reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Rodak thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronak and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
No, it wouldn't.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe.
Indeed, my dude, indeed.
I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Yahoo! Absolutely. You don't suppose it's the same one? I have no idea how long they live. No, the Hetzar are safe more than enough. Yet would it be wrong to hope in protecting them? We also avenged my parents. It is the least I owe to them after all this time. I thank you for standing by me As Dawn servant, there's often an imperfect man beneath that mantle. Tensions we this came here to do. We have removed the root cause of the Ronak strain from their favorite grazing, and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, this silent whistle, as it were. Whistle must be capable of emitting strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, but not so strive to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective, less stressful for the creatures themselves. Yahoo! Let us return, begin work on it. Crew will doubtless be relieved we have a solution. Mm-hmm. Wonder how long before that lightning bubble basically actually disperses. I know it'll take a game update to do so. Oops, drove past it, paying attention to something else. Distracted by the shiny bauble. Train will be ready in no time. Here's a spare or two. There can be different find outside the city. You wouldn't want to believe how many I went through during the rite of succession, I can imagine. Come to this, creating the whistle. No, it's true. Good news about the railroad, I suspect. Well, we found out why the boy and the predator, smart ones they are. Not too bad himself. It's whistle idea. Sit tight. We have a train on the tracks before you know it. Sit tight? Yes. No. I'm gonna fidget. You know what? I don't know where I put my fidget spinner. Yeah. Had a good one. Heavy arm. Right? Heavy iron. Nice piece.
We're ready to go.
Well, the train was technically on the track. It's just getting the whistle line.
Whoa! She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronak are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
Fair enough.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly.
Nice.
Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel. And we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Yep. Now, here's the fun fact. Those things are pack creatures. Ugh.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
Well, I'm not jumping off the top of it this time. We're fighting from the top of it. Technically, some fire crystals would do the same job as cerulean. Got a Ronic catcher on the front. Though, I must admit, the gauge looks unusually wide. The track width.
There's a Ronak up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
Oops, push the button.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's directional.
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
Sort of like a spotlight more than a whistle, but hey.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Work is done. Find people, railing, take it from here. Yay! Wait, spread the word here. Really worried. Never get the railroad running. Let's drive. Breathe easy. Start peeling people from this. First Shaloni, then the continent. Watch out. Here we come. Mountain work. Time to get back. Once more, I'll thank you. Yay! I think I'll go through these to basically open up whatever these are. Or calling it this? Don't know. We'll take a minor break right here, though. I do have to check on the pupper, though, if I'm going to try that. So I will do that. And we'll just do a be right back after not these messages. Won't take long, I promise, but I'm still going to leave you with just a little bit of play and be back after not these messages. Alright, pup's all fine, so let's get back to it then. Crossroads. Name drop. Possible Shield made some headway by now. Read the word. This. What have you got her working on? Ulja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. I have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. No cause to look at me like that. Kakuya we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. I needn't search for what she left behind because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Still funny. Got a little Kakiwa keychain. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kakiwa? No! Merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer. And I thought it was as good a souvenir as any. Whatever you say. For what it's worth, I think it's nice you bring her with you on your travels. Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I might join you for a time and see if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much has changed as it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. So, I think we're going to wind up tidying this part up. Well, don't see them entering a new trial. If I just open this up temporarily. Right? This is still here until the next update. There is a new alliance quest that's been released. That's what this otherworldly encounter should unlock. Right? These are the three here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could wind up with... Don't think so. This is usually... These will be brought out as they are. This was added from the Manderville quest line. So these 4 are the actual push that are pushed forward. So if we go to Shadowbringers, you'll find it's again. Right, those were those. Then we have Cinderdrift, Seed of Sacrifice, Castle Marnum, and the Cloud Deck. These ones here, Castle Marnum, this and this, was that. Right, this is the only quest one that was added. Again, Royal Menagerie was this. Castle Fulmus was main quest. That side quest. That side quest. That side quest. That was side quest. That was side quest. Right, with only one of it. So I don't think we'll be getting that anytime soon. That's sort of a midway thing. We might get some, but that's based on a side quest. Which, this, so we're not going to get a trial type thing new. You must be exhausted. Shall I nip out for an energy tonic? Viralja was conducting secret research. Memories of the place. My childhood. Wearing his Kakiwa. That makes me happy. Don't kill lady any longer than necessary. Good. Arrived in time. Go right ahead. If you need an energy drink, we should be good. Simple yet elegant. Thus, the railroad is back in operation. Nearly finishing processing them. Share refiners with us imminently. Hello, you. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Stola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate and cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought it would do well to have company of an expert on electrope. Take a closer look at my place myself. I can join you once we're finished here. Uh-oh. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny. It's just going to be that way.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Tashul Jah herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
My name is Tashul Jah, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I was a Virgin with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region.
Okay.
Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuliolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran, and in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path, a path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja?
Yep, she's Olivia.
I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions.
Yeah, no, she's another Livia, like how Livia was really into Gaius.
I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him.
Aha. Yeah. X the doubt.
His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today. It should have been today.
A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long.
Oh.
I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
He went for milk as fast.
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all.
Uh-huh. If you could have left the dome for milk, he would have.
He'll come around. We'll be a happy family.
We know the end of that story.
Kaninoka is shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where I do.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
I think you'll find his mother was inserted into the
We know
vigilance
some
throughout.
manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Why leave such a record? Can't be certain. Know how she felt to understand. I would understand that. Very different. There's this. No, she was started going Libya way. Parents, no, I do. Don't regret it. Not a good one. Namaticus, and you. Not lonely now. Aw. Left root ring. I'll compile them for Kaluja. Have something to be there to comfort them. Brave face. This. Expect take them times to determine this. Strong one won't worry much. Better to know. Profound response for one so young. I wish he didn't have to be. Kaluja's deed wise beyond his years. But one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Kaluja. Remember one thing, remember that. Boink, 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 boink. Sharing what I can present, I'm ready to head to living memory when you are. Be thorough. May need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise I won't remain overlong. I know how much we have. Well, we have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. Now here comes the fun part. You crash through there. Just a word before you leave. Our network's already spreading the word of the railroad. Expect the people clamoring to get back on the first train back. In polar opposites, scant few seem to incline to depart at any time soon. Are eager to reunite with friends and family. Getting through Vanguard, you take turns accompanying them. Pick the people. Let's start with ones at the 09. Does sort of feel like we're hitting that point, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Crossroads, at a point where everything crisscrosses. Gathering and Praxis Park. Let's try there first.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Is something happening? Ah, that kid.
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right. And a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
Someone else has bought it.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware.
Ugh.
It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. but it's only gotten worse.
Much like Elpis.
It's Queen Sphene!
What?
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do!
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
Backup system?
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
Uh-oh. Black regulators. Something else is up here.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty? What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution. All of us shall be made endless.
Uh-oh.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long
Somebody's
as you
doing
like.
something.
Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us?
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Uh-oh. Diplomat? No. Back it up.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down. And then we'll talk.
Wasn't the first time we've seen someone get up and walk from the dead. And play as something else. Yes. It knows it's not Sphene. Just like Ardbert was, you know, Letibus used Ardbert. Ow. What was that? Grace. She's back. Then are the Endless? Without Miso, create Endless. It wasn't someone else. We've dealt with this once before, but it can't be. Distance. No message about neo-regulators. Or the message about neo-regulators. Utmost clarity. Couldn't have been Sphene. She'd been destroyed when the Miso terminal was shut down. Single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, so no surprise they would choose to believe she's alive. Does ring of something we've dealt with long before. Troubling, their denial that the funeral was held in her honor, as if their memories have been erased. I suspect that part is true. Likely work of the regulators, but by whose design? Smart enough to play it reason in that guise. Even someone suspect deception, most Alexandria would be on her side. Need to find out who she really is. Alright, let's try more attention than we've already have. Must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead. Or our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Indeed. Meanwhile, in living memory, Rud. Chola and okay,
Where am I?
Lightning's gone from the sky.
My people. Are they safe?
This is most likely Sphene.
Why am I?
The fact that Stola's running up to her. In fear of death, the people turn to a queen reborn, their fates to learn. To be continued. Indeed. All right. Well, tomorrow we will kick off an otherworldly encounter, talking with Milalja and Mamuk, and wait the designated place in Okehanu to see where that begins. So that's in for tomorrow. But for the night, I think we're all done here. Dunzayo? Dunzayo. I'm just going to quickly hit the button that says go to the home section. Kitty port. Where's Thrall in this pile of stuff? Yeah, no, back to Limsa. Back to just quick teleport back to Limsa because I can't leave myself unlogged in the back rooms. It's not actually a town. It's a purpose instance. It's kind of weird, but there it is. So, if you're in for seeing what comes up for the rest of it, that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow. You have some fun? Absolutely. But let's roll on the outro. So we stayed a little later, but that's okay. It was definitely worth catching that piece. What are your predictions? I'm worried what it is. Right? Rogue system, additional backup, something else. Right? The fact that it smiles and it knows that it's not Sphene indicates something treacherous. We won't have a proper answer until we get later on, but we'll have to see how that goes. But that'll be tomorrow at 7:30 Mountain Standard, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Come along if you want to see more Final Fantasy, coming up with a bit more Crossroads tomorrow, then general play afterwards. Coming back up on Friday, we have more Fallout 4. But a big old thank you for all those that came in tonight. Basically showed up. Yay! All those who basically watch us on replay, hey, thank you. And if you catch us on YouTube, thanks again. And with that, I'm going to run away. So this and always, laters.